morning loom golders. You might notice a little difference. I'm in full garb, and this is my wild hunting outfit. I've got another wild hunter over here with me, and having a day off. Our day, my day off, never really a proper day off. Going to do some exploration on our exploration area, and finding out if we can find where some more resource is for future pegging. So we've got to check the ground, do some swinging, see if we can pull some wild nuggets, and it's always good to get back to your roots and do some proper prospecting. So looking forward to it. If we can find some good ground, find some nuggets, I'll be back on to let you know about it. We decided to start swinging up on this high country where there's a bit of really good looking banded ironstone. You can see this big chunk of quartz there, but Mitch has got his first target there, so we'll find out. Probably lead shot, but be good to know. What's your prediction? What is it?
Oh,
does it sound like lead?
Almost say lead shot.
Lead shot. Yeah, it's got that little rounded sound. Be good if it was gold. Be straight onto it.
Lead shot.
Shit. Yeah, as predicted.
A flattened bit.
It would be very, very just fluky to just come up on the hill, decide to start detecting and get your first target as a bit of gold there. But somewhere here we're going to find gold. Probably not up on the ridges. So we've come down off that mountainside there, where we just where it was really good looking ground, and of course straight down onto old Tom Mullick's in this really good burnt gravel. So this is good ground, and so we'll get out here and do a bit of detecting now, see if we can ping some targets, because this is a target area for a peg for us, and if we can confirm it, that's what we'll be doing. So this is sort of gold utopia. When you're out wild hunting and you come across stuff like this, it really gets you on alert. So what we're looking at here is this is a ironstone reef coming all the way down through here, and it's banded ironstone. There's quartz all through it. We've got shallow ground, so the whole slope here is shallow ground. There's schist coming out, broken rock. On the inside of this reef, you've got this little shallow gully coming all the way down like this. It's sort of anything that gets shed is going to be caught in there, moving downhill, down slope, and then comes down here. Have a look at this little bit of rocky reef there, and then it goes around. See this little bend there? So this spot here, that sort of inside bend on the end of the reef, off the inside of this little gully running down, shallow ground all through here. This is just like, this gets your little prickly little spiny senses going for gold. Now, it may not be holding, I haven't found anything yet, but this is where you slow down, and this is where your expectation levels go right up. So we'll see before long. If it's not this one, it'll be something similar here, and we'll come back with our first shiny.
There is a tree root there though, so it can be.
So we've been doing exploring for about an hour or so now, and we're onto, like, it's a super rich lead. It's coming off a local source, so the gold in here is really reefy. That's really rocky gravels, and you can see like big mullocks, big pits here everywhere. This is all pitted, and it runs for hundreds of meters. You onto a target there?
I think so.
Oh, let's dig it out then. Tim's got the 6000, so it's generally pretty good at finding the little stuff off the mullocks here. I'm more likely to find less gold, but if I do find gold, they tend to be coarser and probably deeper. Quite often on a wild hunt, the 7000 will come out the winner for weight. not necessarily numbers, but we'll see whether Mitch grabs one out here. Was a bit deeper, was it?
No, it's about the normal depth for these ones that I've been getting.
And it's into the gravelly part of the mullock?
No, this is actually sort of loamy stuff.
It's in the loam. All of them in the loam or in the...
No, most of them been in the gravel.
So, yes, this looks like another pretty good place to peg. It won't be a very big lease. It'll only be a small lease and probably a quick turnover, but this it would appear to be pretty rich ground. They don't put this much work in if there wasn't good gold. Let's just see whether Tim gets another bit here. Tiny bit, is it?
Hard to spot. Oh, not a bad little bit.
bring over your little collection. Don't bring all that over. Just bring over your collection. Can you unplug? Yeah. Someone's got to find the gold around here. So 6,000.
It's rough looking stuff.
Okay. Have you got your other ones in there? So they're all about that size. It's really tiny.
Oh, this one was probably the biggest bit.
Is it? that's tiny, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Okay, but that's the thing. Like that's what's to be expected off the 6.
Mm-hmm. All rough, other than that one bit there. That one bit's the odd one out.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty. Yeah, it's close to the source. So my thing now is I'm going to go up here, follow this lead up, and I'm going to go higher onto the hill and see whether I can get some stuff off the shallower ground. And yeah, we know the gold's here. It's just a reconnaissance for that purpose. But of course, I still want to put some gold in my pocket. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a numpty.
Oh.
So I've had a good explore, and we've walked up the side of this mountain, found an old road and an old fence here. What would also be probably old-timer workings on what might be part of the source for this rich lead. So that cuts into the side of the hill there. And it's pretty steep gradient going up there, and you can sort of see down the road there behind us. But I would say that they haven't done all that work for nothing. So yeah, these mountains are really super rich. There's just all the right stuff going on up here. It's just a matter of sniffing it out. We know where there's gold down the bottom, but there'll be somewhere the source reefs are up here, and there might even be some hard rock mining up here. Well, I heard a screaming target up here on this steep hill where I was just discussing old-timer workings, and it's a spoon. So it's pretty cool find. I imagine that is an old-timer spoon, and it's probably not silver because they probably couldn't afford silverware, but nevertheless, finding old-timer junk like that, you know, eventually you might come across something pretty cool, an old sovereign or some bit of treasure that's actually got some value. So more reef mining here on the side of the hill. You can see these stones have been stacked here by the old timers, probably when they were going down to create a bit of a wall, and they've thrown up stuff behind it up through here. And yeah, there seems to be a definite line where this reef's running right across the face of these steep hillsides, which are the feeder gullies. It's just feeding the gullies down there with all those rich alluvials. So it'd be nice to find something that's still got a bit of noise in it up here, but we don't really have time. We're more on an exploratory mission rather than detecting per se, but if we swing over anything loud, of course we're going to have a crack. Well, I thought I was going to be onto a winner there with a bit of quartz, bit of ore body in the quartz, but it just turned out to be a old timer's boot tack in some leaf litter. This is the sort of stuff that's up here on the hillsides. It looks like more area here that's sort of been almost surfaced in a way, right up on the top, and it's this sort of banded ironstone that looks like some of this stuff will be holding. Be nice to find a specky with a nice chunk of quartz, or a nice piece of ironstone with the actual reef running through it, just to confirm. But we probably need longer than what we've got today. Anyway, we're making discoveries, which is good. There's old detector holes up here everywhere. I've just swung the coil here and got a nice little signal. Still in there, and you can see straight behind it there's basically a reef there with that banded ironstone we're talking about. The little quartz stringers going through it. Yeah. Might be back on this edge a little bit, but we'll find out. Hey. Up underneath that rock a bit more. This looks okay, got it this time. This is probably just out here on the edge. That's probably, not a bad target all in all. I'd say if it's not gold, it's going to be lead shot now. Nope. Nope, let me test again. It's a bit closer up here. Yeah, got that time.
Good if it's that.
No, it's still in there. It's out. Still in your hand. In the scoop. In your hand. In the scoop. What do we got? Rubbish. Boot tack.
Oh, it's just a chunk of rusty pick.
Well, we're not having much luck today, but no doubt that there's gold in here, and probably was a lot of it, but there's been detector activity over here. So if we persevered, we'd find it. But yeah, and look, they've mined out this hill again over here. See all that? They've actually mined that whole edge. Wow, this reef is considerable, running right through the top of these hills. Exploration continues, and I'm onto a new area looking at that. Midges across the way. Check this out. This looks like a rock, right? But I don't know if you can see that shiny in the sun. Perfectly smooth, chemically eroded ironstone, and there's just chunks of this coming out of the ground here. You can see more of it here, and when you see that, there's dotted all around. It's coming out of these gravels, super rich gravels. I only just sort of got here, but there's massive lead that runs right through here, and it looks relatively shallow. It's been surfaced and probably dry blown in some areas, so I need to sort of work out the perimeters of this to see whether it's something else we'd like to Put some pegs around. It's got all the right signs. Okay, it's getting late in the day on this explore day where we're going across our exploration area looking for new areas to peg. And this is amazing pieces of country we're coming across. And I've recruited the 6. I spot from the 7 to the 6 because it's sort of shallow ground with dry blowings and dozer pushes and other bits and pieces. It has been disturbed in areas, so both old timers and new timers. I haven't found a damn thing, just tiny little bits of rubbish and hardly any noises. There's hardly anything, but I know it's here. It's just I haven't walked over it. So this one sounds just a little bit better. And it's just in the corner of this little gully here. Could be a lead shot, but had a couple of digs and it's still in, so out this time though. Sounded louder than that. I don't know if I've got the right target in the scoop. It's pretty faint target. Let's just see what this is. This is probably a hot rock, but the other one, yeah, that's just a hot rock. The other target's a bit tastier than that. Hopefully it's a bit of gold. Wrap up the day. You forget how hard it is to find gold in the wild when you're on the machine. If I dropped it, oh, you're joking. Through the fingers. It really annoys me when I do that. I do it more often than I'd like. Let's get this one. Oh. Oh. It is. I tried to roll it in my fingers and it was really sharp. I think it's a bit of old bulldozer blade. Ah, too bad. Well, not a lot of gold yesterday, well not for me at least. Midge picked up a few bits, but we got to explore some good ground and made some discoveries and got some ideas together for how we might approach our next bit of pegging. So it was good groundwork. Would have liked to have brought you a few more chunks, but we were, exploring, walking pretty quick, not really concentrating too much on the gold. It's just really more observation. And the 6001 out with a few little bits on that day. So that's it. We'll come back maybe in coming seasons. You can see some of that ground come to life with us out there after we peg it.